Leadership is influence and not the authority you have over people. Hi, my name is JPaul Hernandez and welcome to Lead with Love episode 2. This is going to be our new vlog and podcast series, and watch out for the podcast. We're going to upload it very soon. We're just studying it, and we're now making long form content to help you, give you empowering messages to, help you lead with love, to help you win in life and to be a blessing to others. So here's my message for you today. Leadership is influence. It's not the authority that you have about over other people. It's not your position, it's not your title, it's not how long that you've been in an organization or company. It's not that. It's the influence that you create for other people, that you have over other people. And you might be telling me, JPaul, that's all in good, but I'm not a leader. I don't have influence over people. I don't have a team. But wait, everyone's a leader. As long as you have influence over someone, you have a leadership responsibility. For example, you are a parent, you are a leader to your child, you are a leader to your security guard in the office, or maybe you are a leader to the janitor, even if it's indirect. So everyone is leading or is becoming a leader to someone else in one form or another. What the problem is with our society is we've become too apathetic. Yung wala na tayong pakialam sa ibang tao. We're only thinking of ourselves. What's easy, what will help us first. We stop caring about other people. And that's why maybe our country is poor, the Philippines is poor. It's because, we stop caring about other people. We only care if there is something na babalik sa atin. We always think, what's in it for me? It's not the case. Leadership is influence, and everyone's a leader. And I want to create this content because I want to create a message. Because I believe that if we keep on creating a culture of helping others, our organizations, our societies, our families, our lives will be better. Because, it's not about us. It's time to stop that selfish living, but we start helping people win. And that's why I'm encouraging you through this video to lead people with love, help them win, and use your influence for good. Whatever influence you have, whether it's towards 1 people, 1,000 people, 1 million people, use love to help them have better lives. All right? So, let me first discuss what leadership is not. Leadership is not that because you have authority, people should obey you. Because you're the manager, people should obey you, or the supervisor, or you have this certain position in this organization, they should obey you. This kind of leadership that people should obey you because you're shouting or because you have tenure, that's what you call fear-based leadership. These people, they push themselves out, they get angry, they show their authority or force because they're afraid that they don't really have it. People who are actually noisier are more insecure. People who make threats are afraid because their foundations are not stable. You don't have to be a loud leader for people to follow you. I'm leading to right now multiple organizations, and guess what? I'm introverted. I'm awkward. But I believe that the influence I have is because I care for people, I have a vision, I have good integrity, and we just push forward 1 inch at a time. That's why probably people follow me. I'm not sure, but I believe the influence that was given to me, I just do what I believe is right and good, and slowly just blessings keep on falling onto my lap, and more leadership comes. So what is influential leadership or effective leadership? It's when people follow you to the ends of the earth, whether 1 or 2 or 3 people or 1,000 people, they will follow you to the ends of the earth because the people that follow you know that you care tremendously about them. That it's not just about you, that it's not about just achieving the goal, it's about, hey, let's achieve the goal together, and I care for you, we'll do it together, and whatever you're going through, as we get to that goal, it matters to me. Because your problems are my problems too. That's what I love about Jesus. You know, Jesus, you know, has a mission to save the lost and save people. But even if he had a mission, he still cared for the people he was around. He still kept on blessing and helping and just taking care of the people around him. So if there's a person that is a perfect leader, it's our God, Jesus. He thinks about macro things, but also can see the detail. That's my problem. I have a problem with seeing details. You see, God is perfect, and we're not God. But when you have love, when when the people that follow you know you care enough, your weaknesses will not destroy you, because their strengths will accompany, will support your weaknesses, and you will be impenetrable. You will be powerful. Nothing can defeat you. All right. So how? Three things I want to tell you today. Number one, just to change your leadership mindset about, you know, letting go of that boss leader, which tapos na yun. Millennials and all of that. We should have a new way of leading people, and this is it. Number one, I want you to start shifting your mindset that people are not projects. As a leader, we're not here to change people. It's not our job. Our job is to lead them, create space for them to thrive, to grow, to be amazing. And then, you know, somewhere along the way, they will change if they want to. We, as a leader, we don't have the power to change other people. For me, I believe only God has the power to change somebody else, and somebody needs to want that change for it to happen. Let me tell you a story. You know, I had when I was still employed, my supervisor told me, JPaul, we have a new hire. Can you train her? Can you just show her the ropes and all of that? So when I met her, I was so surprised. I was asking different questions. And we were talking, and I was like, as we were talking, I was like, And as 15, 30 minutes go, I was getting sad. So like, why? Because we had nothing in common. We had no common ground. She hated Star Wars. She hated tech stuff. She hated superheroes. She hated sports. So it's like, okay, how do we talk? And I was just really getting frustrated because, you know, hey, we don't get along. And but then I realized, what's more important? To hit the goal, to make the team work. So even if we're not jive, we're not completely, you know, in sync, you know, our purpose will get us through. So I realized, no, people are not projects. I can't change them, but I can still make them friends, even if we have a lot of things in common. As long as you are willing to treat people with treat people like humans, you're open to create a relationship with them, you know, great things can happen. You know what the worst things are? What can be in leadership? If pare-pareho kayo mag-isip, kasi you won't see the other side. You won't see the other view or option that's there, because you all think the same way. But if you're all different people with a common purpose, with a healthy relationship, and then it's gonna be very powerful because you'll be able to see different sides of every problem. So that's what I want to do. The people you're leading are not your projects. They're your partners. They're your teammates. You journey with them. Just because you're older, you're more experienced, doesn't mean that you should, you know, lord over them. No, you learn from them. They learn from you. It's a give and take relationship. You journey with them. Be part of their life. And that's what I mean about people are not projects. Number two, people are not machines. Very simple, right? You know, I love one of my bosses before in the past because she never wanted us to do overtime at work just because we had to. She would always explain to us, hey guys, sorry, but we need to do this and do that. And it mattered to me because she cared. And now I apply it to my team that, hey, I do my best to understand, and I just manage and see if, like, are they getting tired? Can they manage this? Can they take this and all of that? Because you have to see people as people, not as machines. They're not cars. You know, people are human beings that need to be cared for. So when I was a new leader, I was all task, number, and achievements. What happened? It was good at first because, hitting good numbers. But this kind of mindset corroded my relationships, and it meant that, what happened? I lost team members all the time because they can't stand my leadership. I was a toxic leader because all that mattered was the glitz, the glamour, the numbers, the cool things. It was very unhealthy. And I'm glad somehow along the way I learned through mentorship and failures that it doesn't work. You see, what happens is that you achieve the goal, but you're alone, and so sad. But now, caring for the people that you work with, that you journey with, sometimes it may feel slower at first, but you know what? You're like a tank. Nothing can defeat you. Nothing can stop you. You can just keep on plowing through problems if you're not alone. So you should think that people, we all have our own intricacies, our own personalities, our own background. And as a leader, it's our job to find out what they are in the people we lead. We have to figure out people and understand them. If we don't understand their people, what is this message that we're telling them? That they're not important, that they're not essential to the group. So we don't want that. We need to care. Even if you have to listen for only 5-10 minutes, that's still 5-10 minutes. It's valuable for the people you lead, right? Understand what makes people tick, what motivates them, what their fears are, and walk with them in life. Don't talk to people only because of work, only because you need to scold them or not. Just try to have small conversation. Get to know them, what their birthday is, when their birthday is, what their favorite color is, what makes them happy. Do they exercise? Why are they exercising? Did they get sick before? And those things matter to the people that listen to you, that follow you, because you gave them attention, because they know you're busy. So if the people know that you're busy and you gave them 2 to 10 to 15 minutes, that means a lot to them, and it will create a lasting impact in your productivity, in your progress, in the long-term growth of your organization. Number 3, I love this. I learned this from Craig Rochelle. He is somebody I love. I read all his books, listen to his talks, his podcast, listen to him. And he said this in his leadership podcast. People would rather follow a leader that is real than a leader that is always right. There are all kinds of leaders. There are so many amazing leaders. There's so much talent in this world. But why aren't all organizations winning? Is it because of talent, money? No. A lot of organizations are actually richer. They have more smarter kids. They have more talented people under them. A bigger organization. They're part of a bigger team or whatever. But they don't always win if there is no relationship. They don't always win because the leader that they have is distant or just the boss, always right. People need to see that you're vulnerable with your failures, with your fears, with the things that scare you. The other day, I just had to apologize to the team that I'm leading in ministry because, we had miscommunication. And even if I felt that it was not my mistake, I had to still apologize to the team. Why? Because I'm the top leader. And, and as the leader of the group, at the end of the day, I'm responsible of my house. And I can't blame other people, because if you blame other people, you're telling them that, hey, my leader is scared and he would, push me to the edge of the boat if he had the choice. And people will not be safe. But people, if they see that you're real, they see your fears, sometimes you're uncertain, you tell them, can you give me an evening, overnight to think about this? Can you give me some time? I'm not sure, I need to check the details. And people would say, you don't have to be afraid, because yeah, sure. Because, they would even respect you more because they know that you're thinking, that you're seeing all aspects, that you're taking time to discern, and people would respect that. People, there's so many other talented leaders out there for them to follow. But if they know they're real, that you're real, people will fight for you. Your team will fight for you. So what you want is long-term success. Why? Because If you're a leader that's always right, you will have short-term victories. Ito lang, but then everything will crumble. How do I know? I experienced that. But if you're a vulnerable leader who shows your people that you're a real person, that you are happy, sad, you're funny, you're crazy, you have these flaws, you're broken or whatever, you don't have to be irresponsible, but they see that you're real, a human being, and then you will have long-term success with the people you're growing, you're journeying, that you're performing with, that you have goals with, because they know that they're not alone, that the leader that they follow also make mistakes, and they'll protect you even harder. They don't want you na mapahiya. If your team cares about you, your team supports you all the way, they will go into fights para hindi ka mapahiya, para hindi masira pangalan mo, to just really just make sure that you are protected. Yeah. As a leader, pressure, right? Yeah, but the leadership is a gift to create great things for other people, to be the starting point of a blessing, starting point of amazing things. Martin Luther King, he had a dream, and now civil rights movement is flowing in the States or other countries. Still not perfect, but if he didn't go out there, nothing would have happened. Apple, if he didn't think about, Steve Jobs didn't think about making wonderful things to help people have better lives, he would not have those beautiful products. Henry Ford, if he didn't have the vision, hey, I want to give access for people to drive cars, and if you didn't think about it, we wouldn't have production cars today. So as a leader, it's our responsibility to do great things. The great things start with us. How? Our everyday decisions. Everyday decisions to go towards our goal, our vision, the things we need to do. Every day to take care of the people that follow us, that people that work with us, people that are part of our lives. It's all of those small things that matter, that have great impact in the long run. Small things will eventually create big impact in the future. Alright? So keep doing small things with great love. And I assure you, as a leader, this will bless you, and this will have high rewards for you in the future. Leadership is not about being the boss. It's not about flexing your authority. It's not about, I'm the boss. It's about doing great things together with a lot of love. It's achieving great things together with a lot of love. It's about caring for the people that you work with. It's not about being alone. It's about changing the world in whatever realm that you're in. As a leader, my dear friends, do everything with love, and the best is yet to come. And always lead with love. If you're given a choice, always use love as a deciding factor. The best is yet to come. Please tag, like, comment, share, and God bless you.